The New-Indy paper mill toxic air in North and South Carolina. Dioxins are persistent organic pollutants, and per the Minnesota Health Department, dioxins are not easily dissolved in water. DHEC's June 29th, 2022 consent order, item 4E, under findings and facts states removal of legacy sludge in the equalization basin no later than June 30th, 2023. The EPA compliance evaluation and reconnaissance inspection completed at New-Indy in 2021 states the white paper manufacturing process created deposits of dioxin in the wastewater sludge. Dioxin is a toxic byproduct of the chlorine bleaching process. According to the voluntary cleanup oversight contract with South Carolina's Department of Health and Environmental Control in New-Indy, it says that elemental chlorine caused the dioxin deposits, and elemental chlorine has not been used in the wastewater treatment system at the site since 2003. Keep in mind, Resolute Forest Products sued New-Indy for the $5 million in escrow and won. It was an estimated half of the cleanup costs for New-Indy's actions regarding a VCC versus a VCOC. Per that lawsuit, it states, New-Indy has also misrepresented its contribution to the contaminations of Sludge Pond 4. For example, with respect to dioxin contaminants, New-Indy represented to DHEC that it intends to use a chlorine dioxide bleaching process that does not produce dioxins, but this is wrong. Both sampling data from the Catawba facility and peer-reviewed studies confirmed the chlorine dioxide bleaching process does produce dioxins, contrary to New-Indy's representations to DHEC. The 2021 EPA C&R inspection shows with a map how the equalization basin goes to the aeration basin. Check out the flow on the map. Notice the flow here. The yellow line shows the EQ basin going down to the aeration basin. You'll see these up close at the end of this video. What's alarming to me is the green one that shows Sludge Pond 4 to the equalization basin. We know that sludge pond, particularly Sludge Pond 4, has dioxins in it from sampling of the voluntary cleanup oversight contract that was performed and completed by New-Indy and DHEC. Here is the VCOC contract, which states sludge in Sludge Lagoon 4, 50 sludge samples from various depths up to 80 feet deep with detections of dioxins in all samples and levels above industrial screening levels in 7 samples. 5 sludge samples from geotubes with detections of dioxins above industrial screening levels in 4 samples. The soil at the toe of Wastewater Holding Lagoon 1, Sludge Lagoon 4, and Temporary Wastewater Holding Lagoon, of 20 soil samples collected, dioxins were detected in 19 samples with levels above industrial screening levels in 2 samples. According to the 2022 EPA inspection, New-Indy has been depleting Holding Pond 1 from 42 feet in depth to 1 foot in depth, with the deepest being 5 feet. Where does all that go? The step after the holding pond is the post-aeration basin, then the outfall to the Catawba River. Did South Carolina DHEC test for dioxins in the water study? I don't see it. Thank you for taking the time to listen.